Hey, what's going on, guys? Next Generation here, following the Whiting River Forest basketball game in which River Forest won 56-53. Sounded like an intense game. We were listening before the start of the show. Angel cannot be here today, but we got Andrew Johnson returning.
How's it going, guys?
I have to shut them off over there. Did you?
I did.
There's music playing still from over there.
Oh, really? Hold on. We'll be right back. Enjoy the rest of the song. Okay, I'm back. Now that's fixed. But yeah, anyway, we got AJ here. He's been on 2 times before, and now he's back again, filling in for Angel.
Hello.
How you doing, AJ?
I'm doing good. How are you doing, Ben?
Pretty good. I just really missed my beard. For those of you on the YouTube video stream, you'll see that the beard is like pretty much gone. There's only 1/8 of an inch of it left, and I'm sad, but it'll come back. Within a week, it'll be acceptable again. And then, of course, we've got Christina. Christina, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Let people see you on the camera, too. You don't just have to. Yeah, remember, guys, you can tune in to the video stream at youtube.com/nextgen1230. Also want to throw out that this past week, we didn't have a show last weekend, but I want to keep giving you guys new things, and we made an Instagram, so you can follow us at nextgen1230 on there. We'll post pictures promoting the show, whatever band's coming up, some behind the scenes stuff, and all kinds of cool things like that. We got a lot to talk about today. And as you can imagine, mainly surrounding Sony after all that's happened this week. Lots of news. Definitely give us a call if you want to talk about any of it. 219-845-1100. I thought I heard some weird beat in the background, but there wasn't. But yeah, let us know. And what do you think of all this? There's lots of news that came out, not just about the interview, but so many things involving Sony. So we'll talk about that. First, though, I want to go to a song. We're going to listen to Breakfast Gravy, Homemade Spaceship.
We come to stay weird. Stay Weird is oddball apparel from beyond, serving skaters, surfers, muscle growers, and skinny arm showers to the freaks, beats, all around and in between. Find us on Facebook and Instagram and purchase our gear at stayweirdUSA.bigcartel.com. Stay weird, keep it kooky.
Are you looking to get your own music out there? Do you want to hear your music on the radio? Send it to us, The Next Generation. Just like our Facebook page and message us your music along with a short bio. Send it to facebook.com/nextgen1230, NEXTGEN1230, or email us at nextgen1230@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Jones of Jasmine Jones Photography, and I serve the Chicagoland area. I do weddings, birthdays, portraits, and other events. And if you'd just like to know more about what I do, check me out on facebook.com/JazzJPhotography2. That's JSJ Photography 2. And check me out and see if you like it.
This is Stay Weird, and you are listening to The Next Generation on AM 1230, WJOB, Hammond, Indiana.
Yo, welcome back, Region. It's Saturday, December 20th, only 5 days till Christmas. And like I said, that was Breakfast Gravy by Homemade Spaceship, one of my favorites that we play here. And that submissions thing for the ad for the submissions for the radio, definitely send us links. We've got a lot of those recently. We actually have a performance coming up next week by Lucid Empathy from Hobart. So that'll be exciting. You can submit it to, most of our submissions lately have been for live performances, but I want to make sure people know you can just send us tracks too that we'll just play like I just did. So yeah, just want to make sure that's clear. But moving on to the news we have. Biggest news of the week is just what we'll get to this right now. The interview starring Seth Rogen and James Franco.
Flacco.
Got canceled. AJ's trying to jump like 5 stories ahead here, but maybe he doesn't want to come back next time. But yeah, anyways, Seth Rogen and James Franco's movie, The Interview, has been pulled by Sony and will not be released. As of right now, it's not even going to come out on like video on demand or anything. At first, AMC. This is, of course, because of the huge Sony hack that happened. People suspected it might be North Korea because they didn't like the subject matter of the film, and then after that, there were threats of like quote 9/11 like attacks, to movie theaters that showed it. So AMC backed out, didn't want to show it, and then soon after AMC backed out, Sony just pulled it, didn't want to release it at all. And a lot of people are saying, as a coward's move and all that. And I have to agree that I don't agree that they should have pulled it. But if you look into it, there actually are some interesting reasons that factor into why they would want to pull it. One of the most interesting ones being insurance. And in fact, they get full coverage of like their loss on insurance if they don't put it out at all. But if it's released in like select the independent theaters, non-AMC, that didn't want to, or that still wanted to show it or put on video on demand, they're not going to get coverage. So, if it's only in independent theaters, are they going to make their money back? Probably not. If they have insurance coverage, they're pretty much good. So that was the route they took. And from a business standpoint, that's smart for this project alone. But still, I think this is horrible because it sets this precedent in the industry that, I think they should have just taken the hit, because I don't think that, attacks really would have happened. Just beef up security. You're fine if anything even was going to happen, but it could have been an empty threat. What do you guys think? Christina?
I don't think they could have bombed any movie theater without actually being in the U.S. And I think they would have got captured already.
Yeah.
If that were to happen.
I mean, the way they said 9/11 style, it could have meant fly a plane in a theater, but I think that's a little drastic to have one nosedive like
That would have
that.
been a little tough.
Yeah.
I
Movie
really
theaters
think
aren't that big. So.
yeah, it's not worth it.
No.
But yeah, I think just even if things, even if AMC didn't want to see it, I say they should have still found a way to release it, because this just means that now, anytime there's a threat like that, that's going to be some group that doesn't like it is going to try to pull something like this, and it just says that it's going to work. AJ, you have any other thoughts?
I was actually kind of waiting for some millionaire to step in and say, I'm just going to buy the movie and release it to people who I want to see it. Seeing, I don't know, Donald Trump saying, okay, screw Sony. I'm just going to buy this movie for a ridiculous amount of money and sell it as my own and take the rap for it. Waiting for some celebrity just to step in and take the mantle up that Sony had to drop.
No, I don't think that makes sense, because the idea is then they're not going to make their money back. That whatever rich business person that you're implying here would put all that money into buying it and then not make all that back. And then what was the point? Just because they thought it would be cool to show it to people?
Yeah.
No person that's rich is
Yeah.
unless it's Oprah, you get to see the interview, you get to see the interview, everybody gets to see the interview. Then, no. That's no one's gonna spend millions or billions to buy a movie and then just so they could show it to people and not make their money back.
That's what I was hoping for.
But the studio should have done that, because it's in the studio's best interest to not encourage this type of behavior. So that's how it's worth it to them, even though it's not financially worth it. It's in the long run, it's worth it. Whereas for a millionaire to buy it or whatever, that's not worth it to them, because they don't have to worry about their future of, their industry, because they're not in it.
I heard that a theater down in Texas is going to be showing Team America instead.
They were going to, and then Paramount Pictures told them not to.
Oh. That's a bummer.
So because they don't want to be involved in this, Paramount was just like, don't even try. So yeah, that was
I didn't hear that was shot down. That's sad.
yeah, that guy did get shot down. But yeah, I thought that was funny that they're trying to
Still insult
trying to
North
like
Korea.
fight back, and I mean, and it just becomes more of a laughing stock every time North Korea does this. Like Kim
Mhm.
Jong Un becomes like I've seen him since this photoshopped onto that recent Kim Kardashian picture. It was Kim Jong Kardashian. Like people make fun of him the more he tries to do these things, and
Yeah.
and I mean, well, we've said our reactions here. Let's like go over some celebrities' reactions to the cancellation of the interview now. George Clooney was one of the first ones that that I read who reacted. Christina actually sent me this one, and he says that he thinks we need to stand up against this, which obviously that he's on our side here. He said, here we're talking about an actual country deciding what content we're going to have. This affects not just movies, this affects every part of business that we have. That's the truth. What happens if a newsroom decides to go with a story and a country or individual or corporation decides they don't like it? Forget the hacking part of it. And he's exactly right. Like this could lead to more things. It doesn't even have to be. There could be like an album with some reference in a song that a country doesn't like, and they're like, pull that off of iTunes or something. So it's bad all around. George Clooney's on point there, and then right after the cancellation, a lot of celebrities took to Twitter and tweeted their opinions about this. What I thought was funny was David Spade said, why isn't Dennis Rodman fixing this? Because he's friends with
friends, air quotes
Yeah,
around
so
that.
it's I thought that was a funny point. And then
I like Rob Schneider's quote. North Korea has just elevated the interview into one of the most famous movies ever made. And
it's so many people I know like just thought, oh, it's just another like Seth Rogen movie, like people that aren't interested in that, but so many people are like following this movie now and like what happens to it because of what they've done. A lot of people didn't want to see it because they thought it looked stupid, and in fact, a lot of people who went to pre-screenings of it before it got pulled, so the lucky few who actually got to see this movie, a lot of those people actually said it wasn't good. They said it wasn't funny. So it from the early reviews, it sounded like it was going to be a flop, and now really all the hacker group and allegedly North Korea has done is really make it explode into one of the biggest, most famous movies of like this time period right now. So like in a way that backfired pretty bad, and now everyone just doesn't like him more. I also like Steve Carell's tweet, "Sad day for creative expression," and he's got a good point there, but also think about he had another movie that was going to be coming out, Steve Carell starring in it, that took place in North Korea that got canceled. I'm not sure what stage of production it was in, if it was in like pre-production or if they were starting production, but he had another movie that was going to be coming out, and it was going to be a North Korea-based one, and they canceled that right after the interview got pulled, which, like I said, precedent. They pull the interview right after they pull Steve Carell's next one. It was like already happening. So there's Steve Carell's opinion on that. Other celebrity tweets. Judd Apatow says, "This only guarantees that the movie will be seen by more people on Earth than it would have before." I don't think that makes sense. I think he said that
legally
but
or
then he said,
illegally.
legally or illegally, all will see it. So yeah,
And you can't find it.
eventually it's gonna get like leaked.
I've looked. You can't find it right now. Well,
Obviously,
at least right now.
Obviously,
you can't.
right now. What do you expect?
Yeah.
But it's like they have tough security right now. I'm sure after the first hacking, but it's gonna get leaked.
Well, do you think Sony deleted it though already or not?
No, why would you delete? Think from a business person standpoint. If you like made this film, and you're saying you're not releasing it right now to like quiet things down, but it would be in your best interest to like still in the future find a way to release it and make money off it. You're not going to get rid of something you could potentially make money off one day. Like they could release it years down the road if like Kim Jong Un's not
Somehow
alive.
dies.
Yeah, if he's not alive anymore, to like get all like broken hearted over it or something.
That'd be the perfect revenge scheme.
No, that's not even revenge. It's business tactics. If you can make money off something, don't get rid of it until you can't. I'm sure. Like I don't doubt it's gonna get released officially in the future at some point. Like especially with just how much negativity has come up from them saying not to release it.
Mhm.
Like Sony's like in trouble here. Everyone's upset with the decision. Richard Roper said too about how this is a bad precedent. He's like prominent in the movies, but my favorite one. Stop laughing on the microphone, okay? My favorite one. Jimmy Kimmel says an un-American act of cowardice that validates terrorist actions and sets a terrifying precedent. Like in a way, too, he said, un-American act of cowardice. Like think about it. This was like pretty much is negotiating with terrorists, which we say in the Constitution we don't do.
Mhm.
So why then, if they say that they're gonna do this and then they pull it, that was pretty much negotiating with terrorists, in my opinion.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, I totally agree. That's what I thought when it came out, or when this all broke. We are negotiating with terrorists here, which is totally against our Constitution, and there's nothing the American people can do about it this time.
Yeah, and then other tweets. Rob Lowe said, "Wow, everyone caved. Hackers won, and utter and complete victory for them. Wow." Then there's one more I wanted to read. Let me find it. Well, Kevin Smith just said his sympathies for Seth Rogen, and then I don't see the other tweet I want to talk about, but there were tons that were just saying it was act of corporate cowardice, and like they're just getting slammed, and eventually they're gonna have to come out and release that and realize that you can't. Oh, I mean, we're gonna talk about this one after the break, but Obama even had a statement after that or about that, and he's kind of against the decision. But we'll talk about Obama and anything else that may have gone on in that speech that was newsworthy, which there was. After this break, we're going to listen to Kitty by Tricta.
Stay weird. Stay Weird is oddball apparel from beyond, serving skaters, surfers, muscle growers, and skinny arm showers. Get your weird gear at www.stayweirdUSA.bigcartel.com and find us on Facebook and Instagram. Stay weird, stay weird.
Hi.
Your heartbreak lips and your stone cold kiss alive. So pretty, so pretty. You look like a trouble, baby. Prove me right. So pretty, so pretty. Tonight. You're the one that they all dream. Sing the dancing, you drop their looks machine. And the moving lights, they give you what you need. You need. Pay attention, I think we could be something. Party dancer from a movie scene. Take me home tonight, I'll give you what you need. You need your heartbreak lips and your stone cold kiss alive. So pretty, so pretty. You look like a trouble, baby. Prove me right. So pretty tonight. Wait a minute, don't try playing coy with me. Won't you feel it, your promiscuity? Want your love lights, I wanna get my needs. I need. I'm in trouble, down till find out sober next to me. On the double, just one touch, I swear you'll never leave. Take me home tonight, I'll give you what you need. What you need. Your heartbreak lips and your stone cold kiss alive. So pretty, so pretty. You look like a trouble, baby. Prove me right. So pretty tonight. So pretty, you look like a trouble, baby. So pretty, your heartbreak lips and your stone cold kiss alive. So pretty, you look like a trouble, baby. So pretty tonight.
I'm Jasmine Jones of Jasmine Jones Photography, and you're listening to The Next Generation on AM 1230 WJLB, Hammond, Indiana.
What's up, region? This is The Next Generation here. Saturday, December 20th, 9:40 p.m. I've been talking a lot about celebrities' reactions to the interview getting pulled by Sony. But now it's time to talk about Obama's reaction. And Obama does not support this.
Are you surprised?
Well, I mean, you'd think a president would want to take measures to not have terrorist attacks on your country, but at the same time, obviously, yes, we've talked about how it was kind of in a way negotiating with terrorists and not having the government involved, as Sony did on their own. So, yeah, he doesn't like that. He thinks that he said it was a mistake. That was the word he used to describe that. And, and he also, the other funny part about it was he got James Franco's name wrong when he was talking about it. Before we get to that, he did say a lot about how the fact that North Korea would, get that upset and freak out over a satirical movie, he called it satirical movie starring Seth Rogen, and what he said was James Flacco, even though it's Franco. He's like, that says a lot about North Korea. That that's why it sounds like Lee. He says that that says a lot about them. That and like in my opinion, he's right. That shows a total insecurity. But there's really just like feeding the problem here. Like I said, they're insecure about like how the world sees them and don't want this movie to come out, but they really just make themselves look worse if they get upset about it. So, and although they're still denying it, the FBI has officially blamed North Korea. So I feel weird still saying like without saying the word allegedly that it's North Korea because they're still denying it. But
yeah, but they're always going to deny it. I mean, you're talking about a man in Kim Jong-un who's afraid of barbers.
Yeah, so
that's how insecure he is.
That's not insecurity, that's a phobia. But yeah, he Obama messed that up, and the internet had a pretty amusing reaction to it. Obviously saying James Flacco made people think of the Baltimore Ravens quarterback Joe Flacco, and Joe Flacco actually weighed in on the situation and tweeted James Franco after this saying, "Welcome to the family, brother." Which I just think that's hilarious, like the way he like played along with it.
Flacco has been known to go into the media after a screw up like this and come out with a joke like this. I've seen him do it a couple times. Yeah, so he's known for it. He's a good sport about it. So yeah, he's a good person. Mark E. Ortega.
Well, hold on. Before we get to other people, let's get to the man involved then.
Sorry, you're right.
Well, wait, no. Like, it's like technically the man involved, but there's there's a parody Twitter that popped up with that says James Flacco. That's not a person. Well, it could be a person, but and that tweeted saying, "Thanks for the name drop, Mr. President. It's an honor." And in the image on the Twitter account, it's Flacco's face on Franco's head. It's like genius. It's this hilarious Twitter.
Yeah.
And he just started. He said, "I would watch President Obama in the press conference every day if I could." So, like, he played along well. But yeah, then getting on to other ones that AJ wants to read.
Mark E. Ortega said maybe Obama confused James Franco and Joe Flacco because they're both misunderstood talents. ? At the end there. So Yeah, I mean, I agree with that totally. They're both misunderstood, I guess, because Flacco, he can be underrated. Because I'm a football fan, and I could say, yeah, he's an underrated quarterback. He has good moments, his bad moments, but Franco is an actor.
Yeah, I actually do have in my movie review coming up later. I do have a movie that Franco stars in that, like, for one, I'd never heard of. It came out last year. Like, none of us here, I think, had heard of this. And it's like, it's not a comedy, which that's one of the things. Franco does play in non-comedies a decent amount, and people don't really recognize that he can act in other.
Yeah,
scenarios.
I think I've seen him in one of his dramas.
Have you seen
movies.
Homefront?
No, not yet. But I've heard about
he can
it.
be a total creep.
I know he's in it though.
Oh wait, in that it's intense.
Oh wait, yeah,
it's Statham movie.
Yeah, I have seen it actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so he can pull off non-comedy roles. So this tweet has a good point.
Yeah, I forgot he was in that. But yeah, he plays a real psychotic movie. And actually, if you want to talk about Joe Flacco, actually, he's gonna be kind of an actor. He's doing a movie about Johnny Unitas, the famous Baltimore Colts quarterback, where he's playing him in all the under the helmet scenes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's always kind of made me wonder in sports movies like that, like actors.
Yeah, he's gonna be Unitas under the helmet.
So he's like a stunt double in a way.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's a cool fact. AJ is like really into sports here, so it's cool to have him on these like topics when they merge with entertainment, which is mainly what we do here. But yeah, other ones, other tweets. James Flacco, Obama is truly American's dad. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of good tweets out there if you want to go look at them. But that's there was one other tweet. Speaking of tweets, that for the celebrities reacting that we skipped over, that was pretty funny, that we wanted to talk about. Michael Moore said, "Dear Sony hackers, now that you run Hollywood, I'd also like less romantic comedies, fewer Michael Bay movies, and no more Transformers."
Amen.
That's also a thing we're going to talk about later in the show, Michael Bay and Transformers. So stay tuned for that. That'll come after my movie review of the little James Franco movie that I'm teasing here. But a little bit more Sony talk still. We're done with the interview talk, but there's still like Sony hacking talk to go over here because more happened. Like, the interview has got the majority of the attention from this, but there's been a decent amount of other things that have happened, like leaked emails. And obviously, there were social security numbers that were leaked.
To use a famous cliche, it's only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. I don't think that's exactly how you use it, but I think that means when things are going to get worse. But
no,
these things came first. Isn't that what that means?
No. Tip of the iceberg.
It's only the tip of the iceberg means it's going to get like,
you only see a small bit.
Start.
No, because you know how an iceberg is bigger underwater, right?
Obviously, okay, but this isn't like a debate for now. But I thought that meant like that's the first thing you see, and then there's more to it. Whereas really, we're going backwards here. We're going to what was the tip of the iceberg, because these happened first before the interview was pulled.
We're going in reverse.
So
you're right.
Yeah, because when the hack first happened, there's these leaked emails, and I was having fun like reading some of the things they said here, because there's all these like producers and people that are like talking smack about like actors and actresses, Angelina Jolie being one of the main targets here, also Leonardo DiCaprio. So that was entertaining to read. Angelina Jolie, they said there were more actually. There's like a second wave of emails that surfaced about her, but there are ones about the movie Jobs and the movie Cleopatra that she's been involved with, and everyone just appears to not like working with her. When she said that she was gonna do some research on a topic, one person wrote, "Beyond belief, she's studying films. Kill me, please, immediately." Another one, they said, "She's seriously out of her mind. I think we need an in-person long conversation, the three of us." And then the person that was sent to replied, lots of O's here. No, please, not a meeting. I don't know. totally do not like working with her, clearly. And then Leonardo DiCaprio, there was a lot also involving jobs. I think that was the main movie that emails seemed to be leaked for. But he was supposed to play Steve Jobs until he passed for a different movie, and they were pretty upset about how he didn't do that, and then said the producer Mark Gordon wrote horrible behavior, and then Amy Pascal, the film's producer, also says or adds on actually despicable. So they're talking about him, and they go on to say, like, is it money? Does he like want more money for the film? And they said no, he just wanted to take the other movie. And there's just so many other things. There's ones where George Clooney apologized to this Pascal person about his lack of confidence in the movie The Monuments Men, and Amy Pascal replied that the box office is the best revenge. And it's all kind of smack talk going on in emails. And it really makes you think, like, think about anything you've said in a Facebook conversation about someone else.
Oh God.
And, like, if that got leaked. So yeah, it's scary to think about. There's so many insults. I mean, this is just the tip of the iceberg. But yeah, there's so many things. Another one about Angelina Jolie. You better shut Angie down before she makes it very hard for David to do jobs. They said in one email,
wow.
and that was in all caps, by the way.
Yeah.
So
this is getting vicious.
It is vicious. There's a lot of things on here that were pretty brutal.
I'm surprised there isn't. Oh wait, then again, Unbroken, it's not a Sony film. Not that I know of.
What?
I'm surprised there's not anything about Unbroken in all this, but then again,
I mean,
it's not part of Sony.
Yeah. And then one email, David Fincher jokingly took a shot at Adam Driver, calling him a horrible idea for the villain in the next Star Wars, which I'm like, that might be true, but it might be true that that's not a good choice, but we'll see when that comes out. Less than 1 year, by the way, 364 days till the next Star Wars movie, so that's pretty exciting. I don't think it's going to be that good, but
Nope.
I'm still excited. It's like weird that a movie can do that to you. You'll be excited even though you don't think it'll be good. And then aside from that, I guess after the break, I think we'll take another break and then talk about the rest. That's pretty much sums up the best of the leaked emails that I've been able to find. I haven't read the actual emails. I don't really want to snoop through those. I think that's wrong. But anything that's in the media about them, I'll read. So those are the highlights. Next up, we'll talk about some leaked movie ideas, at least. Nothing like official, like greenlit by Sony, but some concepts that came out of these emails and leaked information that Sony may be releasing in the near future. So then talk about that after the break. Next up, though, I want to play a band here that was actually on our show the last time we had a show, I believe. And it's Nobody Move, Starless Sky. I'm going to play that. So here you go.
I've been staring out my window trying to find the clouds, a delicate reminder that with the way that we take off, you'd swear we were crowded flights, but this time another summer is at my door, but this time I can't let you go to waste under a starless sky. The night is young and so am I, and it's fine, 'cause I get you closer to your wishes. We both know, and under a starless sky, the night is young and so am I, and it's fine, 'cause I get you closer to your wishes. We both know, and record is debatable which way to go. I'm tickled at the idea that I take hints like you. Apocalypse. But this time, another summer is at my door. But this time, I can't let you go to waste. Under a starless sky, the night is young and so am I, and it's fine, cause I get you closer to your wishes, we both know. And under a starless sky, the night is young and so am I, and it's fine, cause I get you closer to your wishes, we both know. And I've been staring out my window trying to find the clouds, a delicate reminder that with the way that we take off, you'd swear we were grounded flights. There's always been a little irony in missing me. If I could calm your nerves, you know that I would. Under a starless sky, the night is young and so am I, and it's fine, cause I get you closer to your wishes, we both know. And under a starless sky, the night is young and so am I, and it's fine, cause I get you closer to your wishes, we both know. And
Hey, Region. Saturday, December 20th, 10, or not quite 10, 9:58 p.m. WJO Ben here. Got AJ here. Christina stepped out for a minute. She'll be back. This is Pure by Viper playing in the background right now. Also one of my favorites. You just listened to Nobody Move, Starless Sky. And they'll actually, I know, be playing a show, I think 6 days from now at 16050 Centennial Circle, Tinley Park, Illinois. Friday, December 26th, Centennial Lanes, $10, 5 p.m. They'll be there with other bands, Sun Suspension, Bonfires, Plastic Smiles, Ship Captain Crew, Jack Be Nimble, Nobody Move. Oh, that's them. Arvia and Proving Ground will be playing at it. Sounds pretty cool. I know some friends that are going. I've thought about going, especially because I know Nobody Move now. Obviously, we had them on the show. Just played them on the air right now too, and I just actually edited a music video for Bonfires, and I'm wanting them to come on the show. So if you guys like want them on here, let them know. Tell them like, hey, reply to Christina. And but I love it's a great song. Check out Bonfire's song Closure. They're formerly called Hometown Heroes, so you might have to search under that name. But yeah, the music video turned out pretty good, I think. Moving on to the rest of our Sony news. It was leaked that they want to combine 23 Jump Street with Men in Black in like a crossover type way, but not exactly like your typical crossover where you'll have like just the brief meeting kind of, and then like both franchises go their separate ways again. It's more of like a merge in the form of a reboot. It's it sounds like they want to take the guys from 23 Jump Street, Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum, and they become the Men in Black is what it's sounding like. In a way that 21 and 22 Jump Street would almost be like an origin story, or if that's the right word, of like where the Men in Black came, like their earlier days before they were fighting aliens, they were in fighting high schoolers or something.
I would have liked to see Will Smith's story before Men in Black. I always thought that would have been a cool prequel. I don't know if anyone else does, but that was always my feeling. I haven't seen the first 22, 23 Jump Street movies yet. I need to. Have you seen them?
Yeah, I love them.
I need to see them. But yeah, so I heard this story after you mentioned it to me. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, okay, I hope that this does well. I hope that they're able to if this is a reboot for Men in Black, then I hope that they can continue it longer than Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith have done, because they're getting old. Let's face it.
Oh, and there was a big gap between 2 and 3, right?
Yeah, I thought there was a bigger gap between 1 and 2 actually.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. You could check that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, when there's big gaps like that, it kills your momentum in like a franchise. So, you really don't want that. But I mean, I'm like, it sounds really weird, and I don't know that I like the idea. I'm okay with those two actors being like Men in Black, but I don't know. After really liking the first 2 movies, I don't know that I could look at them and then like have Men in Black and be like take that seriously and enjoy that. For they're 2 different things, and they're 2 different good things, and I don't know that combining them, you'll still be able to like them for what they are.
You were right. There was a 10-year difference between 2 and 3.
All right, so you got Men in Black in 97, then Men in Black 2 in 02, and then 10 years later, Men in Black 3.
Which was your favorite of the 3?
I never saw the third one.
Okay. It's okay.
And it's been so long since I've seen the other 2, so I can't really comment. But
it'd be interesting to see who's it, Channing Tatum and what are the actors' names again? Sorry, I forgot.
Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum take over but I would like to see Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones as a cameo in this.
Oh, there's been talk too of that.
Yeah.
There are very few details actually. This was leaked obviously from the Sony hack, but details on 23 Jump Street Men in Black crossover reboot type thing. There aren't many of them, but Jonah Hill reportedly called the idea rad. It's the word he used for it, and Channing Tatum would return and become one of the Men in Black with him. Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones were not expected to star in any major way, but could have a brief cameo. And Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who directed the previous Jump Street movies, would produce the film with like an eye to maybe direct as well.
I noticed in this article that they're still trying to get Steven Spielberg to produce it, which that is the, I guess.
No, they're not trying to get him to produce it. They're trying to get his approval.
Oh, approval. Okay.
They don't want him to produce it. They just want his approval because he's the producer from Men in Black.
Yeah.
And
they're doing this a lot better than the way they did Ghostbusters. I think, like
Well-
getting the approval and everything.
Oh, you mean in terms of like reboot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they're doing it a lot better. So I'm looking forward to this more than I am Ghostbusters at this point.
Oh, with what they want to do with Ghostbusters,
Who is looking?
who's
forward to
looking
it?
for? Yeah, like that's not Ghostbusters. I don't have anything against a movie of like what they want to do is
all female.
they want to do female Ghostbusters. I have no problem with a movie of like all female Ghostbusters,
No.
but I have a problem with you marketing it as a Ghostbusters reboot because then that title is just like a money grab. Like they're like, oh, if we throw the name Ghostbusters on it, everyone will spend money on it. If we called it like Ghost Hunters, then people will just like not be as interested.
Mhm.
Or, I mean, to be fair, then people will say, oh, it's just some ripoff of Ghostbusters. Like, yeah, it is. It's intentional, but like, that's what's, it could be good. I think that could be good, but
Yeah.
it's not Ghostbusters. Don't call
No,
it that.
it's not.
It's wrong to reboot it as that.
You have two completely separate things.
So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much what we got going on here. Almost. Do
Yeah.
you reboot Men in Black as the Jump Street guys? It's not as drastic because it's not like, is it women in black? It's they're not doing, but still, people have mixed opinions. At first I thought this was a horrible idea when I first read it, but then I thought about it. I'm like, I mean, it could be good, but like, what's the point? Because it's so different. The joke about 21 and 22 Jump Street, 21, they're in 21, they're in a high school trying to be high schoolers when clearly they're not high schoolers. Like, look at them. Look at Channing Tatum. And then 22, they're in a college, which, you can go to college at whatever age you want. There's like a
Yeah.
guy that's like 40 in my school. So that could be believable, but still funny. So the joke is always them going to schools like that and trying to blend in with students and student life and whatever. But why if they're the Men in Black, then it's just not the whole premise of the franchise is gone.
Well, maybe it's just aren't they actually cops in it?
Yeah.
Maybe they get like switched to a different division.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
I'm saying if you
upgrades
get
them.
switched to a different division, which in turn is switching them to a different franchise,
Yeah, okay, now I
then-
see what you mean.
then
yeah.
that's not the movie. Like, and then from there on, after this, after 23 Jump Street, which is a crossover with Men in Black, is the next movie 24 Jump Street or is it Men in Black? What do you call it? So there's just some big questions.
Yeah.
What do you think, Christina? She just got back. I'm going to throw all these questions at it. Have you seen 21 or 22 Jump Street?
I've seen 21 Jump Street and I've seen a little of 22 Jump Street.
Okay. Have you seen Men in Black?
It was years ago.
Okay, same for me. So I have that problem, but yeah, what do you think of not Men in Black, 22 Jump Street's characters being part of a crossover in which they become the Men in Black? It's like it's crossovering with Men in Black is the rumor.
Are both stories going to be involved or?
In a way, it's like a reboot kind of. They want I don't know if it's necessarily a reboot in the sense that nothing Will Smith did exists now, like a start from scratch reboot, or if it's like a Star Wars Episode 7 type reboot where it's like, hey, the other characters are old now, we need new ones. I don't know which way they're going with
Or
it.
could it be a separate storyline where some things that happened for Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones still happened, but this is like a different agents, a
What?
split off?
No, that is way too complicated. It's one or the other. It's
Okay.
not that thing. This isn't like Back to the Future 2 with tangents and stuff. But, Christina, you haven't seen Back to the Future still, have you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, you have?
good.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
I've seen both of them.
There's
First one was
3 of
better.
them.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
I've seen the first one for sure. I
Okay.
know.
Well, yeah, anyway. Anyway, what do you think if the Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. What do you think about them merging with the whatever agency of the they have 23 Jump Street. Those guys come in contact with or get transferred to the agency that does Men in Black, and then they become the Men in Black. What do you think about that?
I think I could see it happening. I think they could pull it off.
Yeah, but like I agree with that. I guess elaborate. Would you, for one, what
Is
would you
Will
call
Smith
it?
Gonna be
He
in the
might
movie?
make a cameo, but he's not going to have a starring role if they do this. No, it hasn't been greenlit yet, but Sony is like ready to greenlight it whenever they can. They want Spielberg's approval because he was the producer of Men in Black, and they can't really like do that,
Mhm.
without that.
I
But-
think I would go see it. I'd go see it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then after that, this is where you came in when I was discussing this. What would you call movies after that? Men in Black or 24 Jump Street? What would the next movie in the franchise be?
I wouldn't go with 24 Jump Street. That's for sure.
So you'd call it Men in Black now?
Maybe something.
And the Jump Street franchise is like done?
Yeah.
All right. I think that's the way I'd go. What do you think?
Yeah.
'Cause then you have a
Probably.
trilogy of Jump Street movies, and you could do a trilogy of Men in Black. Like I think that would be a good solution to that. But all right, moving on to other things that Sony, the Sony hacking has revealed. According to leaked emails, Idris Elba, who I believe he's in Thor, right? Anyone confirm that?
I'll look
I think
I'll
that's
look
the
that
most
up real
recent
quick.
thing people would know him from. Idris Elba could be the next James Bond, which he's a British actor, so like that fits.
Yeah, he's in Thor and Thor: The Dark World, and he's also in Pacific Rim.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
I
I
think
actually
he
wanted to
does-
watch that last night, but Family Video only had it on Blu-ray, and I don't have Blu-ray.
It's
so
good. He does.
way
Yeah,
to go.
yeah, he does. He does the commander for the whole thing. If you've seen it, pretty good role. But and Thor, he is the guy who moves the portal. You know?
yeah.
yeah.
He's
That,
like the
that's his role.
gatekeeper, I
in Thor.
think.
Yeah,
they
the
call it.
gatekeeper. Thank you.
That's what I thought. Okay, so
Him as James Bond.
okay, for one, this would be interesting because hold on. It would be the first like African American James Bond. That he is a British actor, so that's consistent. So like that's pretty big, and like I don't know. I guess the only thing I worry about is the decision-making process here of why they want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know because James Bond, his character tries to remain the same because if you watch them in order in one of the movies on Her Majesty's Secret Service, the worst one done, he gets married and they don't mention it until like the movie License to Kill, which was with Timothy Dalton, made in the late 80s, that he was married once. So they keep everything consistent with the character.
I don't think anyone looks at it the way you do. Like it's 24 sequels, like it could be. I look at every Bond as its own Bond. Like I don't look at it as it's been the same guy. I look at it as each actor is like a reboot. That's how I look at it. Maybe it's just me, but it doesn't have to be that. Even if that's not what it's been or intended for people to think it is, that's what it could. That's what it could be. They could use this as a reboot. Although to have it not be a reboot up until this point would make some people mad. Like if that's how they viewed it, and then they say this is the first official reboot.
Wasn't Daniel Craig supposed to be a reboot?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there you go. Like I don't know if that officially was, but I heard it was. They want it to be. But my fear in the decision-making process here is: are they saying they think he should be, James Bond because they think he's the best British actor out there right now? Or are they just trying to like make this like a thing, like a what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to like
Diversify the role.
the role. Yeah, because that's not right. Then, if there's a better Bond out there, you cast that
Mhm.
Bond.
Get
Like
Hugh
I am.
Jackman.
He's no. We talked about this like outside the show. Like that would
Yeah.
be perfect if he was British.
And he was younger too.
I think he's an okay age for it. Like he couldn't do many movies. He could do like 2, maybe 3
Yeah. that's
before
about
he's
it.
too old. But yeah. So this how old is Idris Elba? Look that up. That because I'm seeing gray hairs in this beard in this picture I'm looking at.
He was born in 1972. So
So what year? What year?
72.
72. So 28 plus 14 is 32. 42. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah, not bad.
yeah, that's not bad.
That's usual for a Bond actor, I think.
Probably.
Mid 40s.
Look up how old Daniel Craig is. And speaking of Daniel Craig, he is signed onto one more James Bond installment, which is Spectre, coming out November 5th of next year. He's not 60.
No, he was born in 1968.
Oh, gee, don't don't do that to me.
Sorry.
Okay, well, tell me the age. Don't just tell me the year. I don't want to do math while I'm talking in there. So Spectre comes out November 5th, 2015. They recently began production, if not just did like this month. I'm not sure. But I know they began right after casting Christoph Waltz as the villain in it. So that's exciting.
Yeah, very exciting. He's 46.
46. All right, there we go. So that is about when he started, he was probably about 42, which is what Idris Elba
Mm-hmm.
is. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to say what they think about him being Bond, call in 219-845-1100. 219.
I mean, Hugh Jackman, going back to that, he is Australian, and they've had one Australian actor, George Lazenby, in Our Majesty's Secret Service. So if they want to go back to getting an Aussie in there, go ahead. Why not? I don't care. He can pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, if he could, I mean, there's actors that can really like nail an accent that
Mhm.
not theirs.
Yeah.
And if he could do that, like, worth testing.
I mean, he can nail an American accent when he does Wolverine. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, I know for a fact, even other things. When I interviewed the screenwriter and producer of The Imitation Game, he was talking about Benedict Cumberbatch and Keira Knightley in their
Mhm.
roles in the Imitation Game. They have obviously English accents, and they
Well, aren't they British?
yeah. So they have those accents, but they
Yeah.
have the current accent, and
Oh,
and it
okay.
changes, and
Yeah.
then it's a World War II movie.
Mhm.
And at that time there was a different accent. It's evolved over
Mhm,
the years.
yeah.
And they actually changed their accent in the movie.
That's
So
cool.
even subtle things like that, which I mean obviously I wouldn't recognize that, but knowing that they did that, like, I'm impressed.
Yeah, that is really impressive. Yeah, you're talking the same language, but not the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool that they're able to do that.
But yeah, next up we'll have some non-Sony movie news, box office scores, my movie review, some Transformers stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for that. We're gonna play another song by the Midnight Kicks. This is Mr. Capone.
Well, hello, Mr. Capone, you devil, skilled in the art of betrayal. You shuffled me, you backstabber. You act just like you're an angel. Clever disguise, Mr. Nice Guy, who is loyal. I know your game, deceiver. Oh, Mr. Capone, known you for so long. How could you do this to me? Oh, Mr. Capone, you did me so wrong. How could you do this? What was it worth it? I hope that you're listening. way to hurt you more. You act just like you're a victim. You're sorry for me, I'm in need of attention. I know your ways, ooh, you liar. Jealousy is your new lover. You're a snake, a very great manipulator. Goddamn your name, come on, mister. Oh, Mr. Capone, on you for so long. How could you do this to me? Oh, Mr. Capone, you did me so wrong. How could you do this? What was it was? I hope that you're listening. Can you hear the music playing? Are you now listening to what I'm saying? I'll find a way to hurt you more. Soon you will reap what you've been sowing. When you do, I'll look at you and I'll be smiling. I'll find a way to hurt you more. I'll find a way to hurt you more. Can you hear the music playing? Can you hear me what I'm saying? I'll find a way to hurt you more. I'll find a way to hurt you more.
Are you looking to get your own music out there? Do you want to hear your music on the radio? Send it to us, The Next Generation. Just like our Facebook page and message us your music along with a short bio. Send it to facebook.com/nextgen1230, NEXTGEN1230, or email us at nextgen1230@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Jones of Jasmine Jones Photography, and I serve the Chicagoland area. I do weddings, birthdays, portraits, and other events. And if you'd just like to know more about what I do, check me out on facebook.com/JazzJPhotography2. That's JSJ Photography 2. And check me out and see if you like it.
This is Stay Weird, and you are listening to The Next Generation on AM 1230, WJOB, Hammond, Indiana.
Yo, we're back. Next Generation here with WJ Ben
Andrew Johnson.
and
Christina Cortez.
yeah, it's 10/24, Saturday, December 20th, 2014. And I'm really sorry. I know I said we were done with Sony news, but I remembered one that I wanted to talk about. Like I knew I was forgetting something, and it's Spider-Man, who's owned by Sony. And Marvel's been trying to fight to get the rights to Spider-Man for a while now, to like put him in like the Marvel Cinematic Universe with the Avengers, and they can't because different studio. And then through the leaked emails, we have learned that there's been some pretty nice negotiations between the two studios, that it looks like they may actually be, like, people didn't think this could happen, but it looks like there may actually be a Spider-Man appearance in the Avengers movies.
Yay.
Which is really cool.
Finally.
According to some of the leaked emails, there's that Sony offered to co-finance 25% of Captain America: Civil War, in which Spider-Man would have an appearance because he plays a big part in the Civil War plotline in the comics. They will co-finance 25% of Captain America: Civil War if Spider-Man shows up in the film, and in exchange, Marvel will then provide the same percentage of financing for Spider-Man's next solo movie, set to be released in 2017 by Sony. So Marvel wouldn't own the character still, but they'd be able. It'd be like a crossover of studios. One studio helps finance their film and gives them the character, and then they help finance the other film. And like I feel like there's just like that sounds too good that it's the same percentage, but on this side you get the character and 25%, and on this side you just get 25%. That seems lopsided unless someone's anticipating having a much higher budget film so that their percentage comes out to more money, you know? Think about that.
I'm wondering if they're trying to get a deal like this with Fox, because I've read parts of the
Okay,
Civil
we're not
War
talking about
comics.
X-Men. We're no.
You can't do Civil War without the X-Men.
No,
is my
you
point.
can because they were planning on it. So you're wrong.
It's pointless then.
No, it's not even pointless. They were easily going to do it without Spider-Man even, and now they're just trying to get Spider-Man. They're not going to work out a three-way deal. And X-Men doing fine on its own, whereas Spider-Man has flopped 2 franchises in a row with Sony. So they are the one that actually needs help, especially with financing at this point, I'm sure. Then after that, the report claims there's more to it, saying the deal allows Sony to use 2 major Marvel characters and continue the plot from Civil War in regards to how it relates to Spider-Man in their next Spider-Man movie, I guess. So I guess that's where it does start to even out, because they said that later on. But then Spider-Man gets to appear in Infinity War Part 1 and Infinity War Part 2 in 2018 and 2019 for Marvel. So again, it becomes lopsided. So we'll see what comes of that. And then the biggest thing is Marvel doesn't want to use Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man if they get him. But
why?
If Sony wants to continue the franchise in their studio, why would they get rid of the guy they've been using? So
I like him as Spider-Man because he's a perfect age, for one thing. And as he gets older, Spider-Man is supposed to get older anyways.
The problem with Andrew Garfield is he's not like dorky. He looks like a cool skater dude or something. That's not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
So I agree that Marvel, for one, they want to dump Garfield because of that, I'm sure. But 2, Marvel wants to dump Garfield because people won't be able to see him in the Avengers without thinking of the 2 horrible movies he's been in. And they don't want to be associated with that. So they want to start from scratch. They're not going to do an origin story of him because by now everyone knows it.
Yeah.
But they just really want to throw him in there like that. So like that's pretty much what's going on. So, Spider-Man, nothing's official at this point, but it looks like things are going in the right direction to where they'll actually be able to have him in the Marvel Cinematic Universe one way or another. In the meantime, I'm sure that they're writing 2 separate scripts for Captain America: Civil War in case it doesn't work out. So extra money for screenwriters, yeah. But anyway, I said we were done with Sony, and now we are.
Good.
Now we'll probably talk about tomorrow more when Angel's back, just to hear his view on things. But for now, let's look at some box office scores. Top of the box office list for this weekend so far is The Hobbit: The Battle of Five Armies at $54 million, followed by Night at the Museum: Secret of the Tomb at $19,200,000. That one, Robin Williams is in that.
His last movie.
It's his last movie, so definitely, in my opinion, even though I think Night at the Museum has just gone downhill, first one was good, second one really wasn't.
Oh,
this
God.
this
Second
one
was horrible.
This one doesn't, in my opinion, look that good either. But
you have to see it for Robin
I
Williams.
do want to see it just for Robin Williams.
Yeah.
So I'd recommend that, and I anticipate that it's gonna
I want
continue
to
to
see
be
The
good in
Hobbit.
the box office for that. I
I
haven't
want to.
seen any Lord of the Rings or Hobbit movies, so I'm not gonna see that for a while. The third coming in third is Annie, at 17,500,000. Then, coming in fourth, Hunger Games: Mockingjay Part 1 still up there, and then Exodus: Gods and Kings is thank you for harmonizing
Sorry.
with me. Is at 5. And then in other movie news, I have a review here to talk about. So let's play some good old Pikachu in the background for that because I like Pikachu, and this is my segment. I watched Third Person. From it came out of 2013. Actually, it came out just this past November 14th in the UK. So for all you UK listeners, it's probably in theaters right now. If we have UK listeners, I don't know that we do though, not yet. But Third Person, it's a drama romance type movie actually, starring Liam Neeson, Mila Kunis, Olivia Wilde, James Franco. I think those are the biggest names on it, and it was weird. Like, the plot really drags for over 2 hours of movie, and didn't really have much of a good payoff at the end. We're like, oh, I sat through it for a cool ending. Like, it was like it's like a decent ending, but not worth how much it dragged on and on and on. But I will say the cinematography of it was so good. It was like some of the best cinematography I've seen. It was crazy. The way like match cuts were like if in one scene someone's going to open a door and like the next scene starts with someone like a shot of like an empty room with a door opening and someone coming in, and at first like your mind trips out like that's not the same person that was just opening the door, but it's a different scene. But like they cut it together so it like makes you think for a minute, like what just happened. And then so like they shot it. Obviously that comes into the editing comes into play there too, but they shot to edit. You know, they knew they wanted it to look like that when it gets cut together. And then the color palettes they used, there were 3 distinct storylines of different people that they thought were going to kind of like the storylines kind of cross in a way. They like interlock, but each separate one on its own like had like this distinct different look to it, like color wise. One was more like yellowish, like the production design, the yellow rooms, light, everything. The one had more of a blue, like so. Everything was so distinct from its like everything else. It was great. I love that. But that's like all that I loved, you know. So, you know, if you love cinematography, see it. I told Christina to see it just because she's a filmmaker. But yeah, I wouldn't recommend seeing it. James Franco did good though. We talked about that earlier. I want to address that. He did good in a serious role again. But that's really all I have to say about Third Person. Gave it 5 out of 10 on IMDb because the cinematography really saved that score. And now moving on, our last bit of movie news here is Mark Wahlberg. He may be. Oh, actually, before we get into this story, I remember on our last show, we didn't have any shows last week, so 2 weeks ago, I said how Wahlberg was trying to get a pardon or whatever to clean his record from his clear his criminal record. I was like, why do you even need to do that at this point? You're famous. Like, it's not like it's going to restrict you from getting a job. You know, that's what I initially said. Because, you know, that's really all you think about when you see a celebrity. You think, oh, they're just about making movies. He actually said that an example of somewhere where his criminal record still affects him is like if he wants to go on like chaperone one of his kids' field trips and they do background checks on all the parents, they can't like make an exception like, well, he's Mark Wahlberg, so we'll take him anyway. If you have something like that on your record, you can't go on a field trip. So just things like that you kind of humanizes celebrities more if you think about it. You're like, you don't realize that they kind of have those problems. Like, so I thought that was interesting. So I take back what I said about like how, oh, he doesn't need to clear his record. And actually, the victim of the assault charge actually is backing Wahlberg in this, saying like, yeah, clear him. So That's good.
It happened so long ago. I mean, why not?
Yeah,
And
everyone's over it.
he was a dumb kid
Yeah.
back then.
But moving on to our actual Wahlberg news that we had planned for today. Mark Wahlberg is committed to doing a couple more Transformers movies after saying that he wasn't going to do anymore because he doesn't do sequels generally. Like he's committed to he's definitely returning to 5, but he says he'll do a couple more. That's the direct quote. Yeah, I committed to doing a couple more. And then, although previously announced that Michael Bay was also leaving the franchise, there's been speculation that he might return to the direct Transformers 5. And this is like, oh my gosh, as if this franchise couldn't get any worse. So Christina, you love Michael Bay, so I want your take here first.
After the fourth one, yeah, they need to stop, honestly. I like the third one because it's based in Chicago. But yeah.
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 The dinosaurs or
the dinosaurs that
They were
they
terrible.
advertise in the main marketing scheme of the movie, but don't bring in until the last 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Oh
then they
my
only get
gosh.
10 minutes of screen time.
At max, yeah. God, that was a
Horrible.
horrible marketing scheme.
If they bring them back, they need to have them in the whole movie.
Yeah, where's the
hands down.
storyline even go at this point? Like, it's
Yeah.
just getting so horrible. Like, how are you gonna save it? But they're not. It's just gonna make it worse. That's
Well, they have
to
the
be
that
honest.
new
Oh,
Megatron.
don't spoil things here, okay?
Sorry.
But like I said, I know where the story can go, but I said, where can it go to save it? And the answer is nowhere.
No.
So, this is horrible. Mike, like, yeah, they should have stopped at 3 at the most. Okay, and
Yeah.
and now they're going on to 5. And I thought, like, okay, maybe getting rid of Michael Bay, I like him too, but maybe that'll help. And getting rid of Mark Wahlberg would mean that they'd probably be starting from another character story. Like first we had Sam Witwicky, then we had Texas Mark Wahlberg, and then that's the character's name, by the way, Texas Mark Wahlberg. And like I thought, oh cool, we'll get a new character story, and maybe this one will be good. And now clearly we won't have that. So that's a disaster. Yeah, I don't know what more can be said about that. It's just horrible. Anyone? Any other comments you want to add on?
Stop Michael Bay before something goes horribly
Yeah,
wrong.
like that tweet earlier that we read. Hey hackers, take care of this for us. Like, don't get rid of good movies. Get rid of ones like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, then in moving on to like some more
Celebrity news.
well, TV. We're moving from movies to TV. Ross Geller from Friends. Everybody remember him? Well, the actor David Schwimmer has boarded the FX miniseries American Crime Story, where he will be playing Robert Kardashian. So, like, can anyone take that seriously?
No.
Like, it's
Why
Ross.
are you making a show about O.J. Simpson's trial anyways? It's
It's
stupid.
interesting. They make biopics about famous people and events. Why can't
Yeah.
they make a mini series?
Yeah.
It's not like it's a mini series. I think mini is a key thing here. But yeah, I can't take that seriously because I just think of him as Ross. Everyone calls him Ross. Even the article I read about it calls him Ross. So that you can't put him in a serious thing. I do like who they cast as OJ. They have Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah.
I think that's a good that's good casting right there. But yeah, I don't know about they have the same hair. That's all he's got going for him. Like,
I'm trying to figure out how they're gonna get Cuba Gooding Jr. to look like O.J. Simpson though. That's gonna be cool to see.
yeah, that will be cool. And then moving on, there's a little bit of a feud going on between Iggy Azalea and Azalea Banks, and it's not about the name Azalea. It's that's what I thought when I first saw there was a thing. There's just some smack talk. Christina, you want to tell us about the story? You found this one, or you not like?
I don't really understand what they're arguing about. I
Yeah.
just like
It's childish.
Azalea Banks is calling Iggy Azalea racist and that she doesn't think she's a good rapper. Well, that's her opinion and she's entitled to it, but other people think she's great.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I thought. Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah, I wasn't really clear on what started this. It just seemed like I really think it's about the name. Like, there go the
Oops.
lights again.
Eh.
But yeah, I don't like when other people are named Ben. I'll tell you that right now. So it could just be based off of that. I don't know. But there's this one radio interview where it's really there's a lot of censoring. So I'm not gonna really even try to read it and like do the censoring here, but look it up and it's pretty brutal. There's tons of
so
tweets.
many tweets here.
There's so many. It was like a Twitter war between the two. I'll post this link on our Twitter for you to check out because there's a lot to just read through. So follow us at Twitter at NextGen1230. But it just went on and on. It's just crazy Twitter war between them and all this stuff. Like I said, there's a radio interview where we're talking about each other. It's ridiculous. But yeah, this is Next Generation. We're gonna play one more song and come back and start doing some catchphrase.
Ooh.
I actually remembered it today. I didn't remember it all last week.
I had to remind you.
2 weeks ago. I didn't remember it both days. Then we didn't have a week. So, well, if you want to play catchphrase with us, call 219-845-1100. We definitely could use another person in this game. So once again, that's 219-845-1100. We're going to listen to Hyena by Pinnacle, followed by Rewind by Cairo Banco, and we'll be back.
Rewind. Rewind.
We come to stay weird. Stay Weird is oddball apparel from beyond, serving skaters, surfers, muscle growers, and skinny arm showers to the freaks, beats, all around and in between. Find us on Facebook and Instagram and purchase our gear at stayweirdUSA.bigcartel.com. Stay weird, keep it kooky.
Are you looking to get your own music out there? Do you want to hear your music on the radio? Send it to us, The Next Generation. Just like our Facebook page and message us your music along with a short bio. send it to facebook.com/nextgen1230, NEXTGEN1230, or email us at nextgen1230@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Jasmine Jones of Jasmine Jones Photography, and you're listening to The Next Generation on AM 1230 WJOB, Hammond, Indiana.
What's up, Next Generation? It's time. It's time for the games. We're gonna play catchphrase today. Who's ready?
Me.
Me.
Good, you're both ready.
Hell
If only we had a caller that was ready, but nobody wants to play today, it seems. But that's all right. We can have Christina be the all-time guesser here. You know how a catchphrase works. We'll try to explain a phrase to her. Can't say any words in the phrase. And then she has to say the whole phrase. And then between me and AJ, we pass it back and forth. It's on a hot potato type timer. Don't want to be holding it when the timer goes off. So here we go. Entertainment category. Oh, that is the wrong category right there. Entertainment category. Here we go. It's a government type TV channel. You watch lots of political
News?
things on this. No, it's a channel. I think it's a channel. Skip.
Skip.
He's an actor in Hancock, and he's gonna.
Will Smith?
Yeah.
A magazine comes out every week. It's not Time.
People's
Reports on news. No, it's news only.
newspaper?
No.
I don't know.
You can't say magazine.
Womp womp.
A song by Led Zeppelin, one of the most famous ones. Very long.
I don't know. Purple Haze? I don't know.
No.
Is that
I
by him?
win. I win that round.
Stairway to Heaven.
Oh.
All right. Next round. I win that round. He's a director. You know the movie Rush? No?
No.
There's Harry, Hermione, and oh, come on.
What's his name?
The redhead.
I know. What is his name? I don't know.
Oh my gosh. All right, next. Someone holding the recording device for TV is the
Remote?
no, the worker. I do this. If I'm working,
Camera operator?
you had the first word.
Camera.
Not a woman, but a
Cameraman.
yeah.
Someone who writes for newspapers.
Oh my god. I can't think today.
Woo!
Journalist.
I got that one too.
Yeah. Heck. My uncle's a journalist.
All right. Remember, if anyone wants to call in and play,
Help me.
219-845-1100. 219-845-1100. We're going to go on to the next round here while we hopefully wait for a caller. She's a singer. She collaborates with Eminem, I think.
Rihanna?
Yeah.
Who wrote the Harry Potter books?
Rowling?
Bowl.
J.K. Rowling?
She's married to the president.
Michelle Obama?
Yes.
Michelle Obama. There's a song like that.
He sat on a wall, had a great fall.
Oh, come on.
I know these. I just can't like.
You can't work under pressure.
Skip it.
he had a gang with Shaggy and the gang.
Scooby-Doo?
Yes.
It's just Buzz. I won.
Oh.
3-0.
Couldn't
Alright.
get over the music.
All right, hold on. I wanna try something new here. What do you mean you couldn't? Oh, it.
Yeah.
I want to try something new. AJ and Christina switch seats
Uh-oh.
All right.
because Christina's been on like every show we've played this, but she's always been guessing or observing. She's never been explaining. I believe, right, Christina? You never. Yeah. So let's have her be the explainer, and our guest AJ is the all-time guesser. So here we go. Same category, entertainment. Christina, you could start it off.
All right. Miley Cyrus's godmother, I think. Unofficial. Okay.
Oh no, you can't do that.
Next.
Yeah, you hit next, Nat.
Oops.
Yeah.
You're told these stories when you were younger.
Fairy tales.
It's okay, I'm looking over here. An old TV show where they, one step above like this lady. If you so what let's start off with what's one more than like the heart. You
What?
I can't say I. Oh, dang it. Okay, hold on. I made the same mistake Christina did. I hit the wrong button. I'm just gonna have to
So what
restart
was
this one.
it?
I love Lucy.
Oh.
They one step above like this lady. Here, you can just go.
He's a superhero. He's not in the Avengers yet.
Spider-Man.
That was such an easy one. It's a magazine, I think. One word.
Time.
That's the second part of the word.
In time.
No.
What's it about?
It's like the opposite of death.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
I thought that was a network.
Maybe, I don't know. You got it. So
It's a Rihanna song. You're
I
on
don't know.
stage.
hey,
I have
You
no
play
idea.
music.
Skip it.
you probably could have got it.
Apple makes these. They're kind of big.
iPhones, iPods, Apples. computers.
Tablet.
Hey.
Tablets.
All right. So that's the first point. After all we've been through, that's the first point right there. You when you're trying to get into an event, you need
A ticket.
that's the first word, and then you get it from the
Ticket holder.
no.
Or ticket booth.
Yes.
Girls usually have these. They go to someone's house and they sleep over.
Sleepovers.
She just said
Pajama
sleepover.
parties. Pajama parties.
No,
Pillow fights.
no. Keep going. You're close.
Shoot.
Skip it.
Yeah, skip it.
They're on this show. They have a lot of weight. They want to take it away.
Biggest Loser.
I say this all the time on Snapchat. It's usually it was Rosebud.
You haven't done that as much anymore.
There's a reason for that, but okay, it's 1-1 now. We gotta wrap this up because it's 11:02. Should we just play to 2 points instead of 3? Because we're running
Sure.
out of time.
I guess so.
All right, so this will be the last round then. If we put this on iTunes, the show, it would be considered like a
Podcast.
yeah.
It's a old story. Not East.
West.
That's the first word. Oh, I said story.
Yeah, you can't say
Damn.
as soon as
Oh,
I
West
get.
Side Story.
I thought that's what it was, so I had to go check. I was like,
In the middle of the show, it's like a break.
Commercial.
No.
Intermission.
He died on a toilet.
Elvis.
Full name.
Elvis Presley.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Overdose.
He's a character from a movie. We just kind of talked about him. I didn't know his friend's name. He has a scar on his forehead, I think.
I still don't
Oh.
know.
J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
I should have said that.
No, it's
What?
Harry Potter. It was Harry Potter is what it was.
Oh,
I'm so glad you didn't get that because I was about to lose because she's gonna pass to me right before the buzzer. I was like, I thought that was so easy. My favorite part when she's like, it's like when girls get to have get
What?
together to have a sleepover. A sleepover. That was like my favorite part.
what was it?
Slumber party.
party.
Oh,
You literally said the word right after she said the word. Like it just cracked me up. But yeah, we're out of time here. It's 11:04. So a little bit over, but that's okay because we were having fun doing it.
yeah.
Thank
No time like overtime.
yeah, thank you, AJ, for co-hosting.
No problem.
Everybody, Angel will be back tomorrow. And yeah, thanks, Christina, for not beating me and producing all that too. But yeah, this is Next Generation. We'll be back tomorrow, 9 to 11 p.m. on AM 1230 WJOB.